Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and those of you who are joining on TikTok and Instagram. I'm currently sitting with the Chantel, who is in charge of an animal shelter in Mandeville, Manchester. It's the only one I know of currently, and you have two locations, right? Okay, so there's a lot we want to dive into, so first things first, tell me about yourself, Chantel.
Hi, Chantel here. Um, 34 years old, and I'm a crazy lady, obviously, because there has to be some sort of crazy in the mix when dealing with so many
Animals.
different animals.
How many
Uh,
do you have here?
right now, we have 67 dogs. We have 11 cats.
Mm-hmm.
We have 5 chickens, and we
Mm-hmm.
have 7 pigs. But the pigs are
Okay.
at another
At the other,
place.
okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. When I brought up that you had chickens with someone, he was like, "You rescued chickens? Why chickens?"
It wasn't in the plan. We normally pick up boxes in the town in the evenings
Mm-hmm.
so that we use the boxes for the puppies to help keep them off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to collect some boxes at a garbage heap and we just heard a bunch of chickens crying. And we tried to figure out what it was. We looked and we found a box of dead chickens.
Oh.
But it was weird because the box was making noise. So
Yeah.
we sift through it and found some chickens in there that were
Mm-hmm.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were just discarded with the chickens
The
that were
others.
already dead, and I thought that was just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a way for them to die. So
Yeah.
we went through and we picked out the ones that were still surviving. They didn't all look too well, which we ended up losing them anyways.
Yeah.
And one survived. We call him Dog because he
Dog.
thinks he's a dog. But we took them home. I went and I bought some food and I fed them and I kept them warm and I raised them just like I was raising the dogs because I don't
Okay.
really know anything about raising chickens, obviously.
Okay.
We've done a lot of chicken projects for persons, so I was able to call some of them and say, hey, what should I do or how much should
Yeah.
I feed and anything.
That
And
makes sense.
yeah, but it wasn't in the plans to, to rescue chickens.
How did this start? Like everything.
Oh, wow. I don't even know if there was a start. It just happened. It just happened. I mean, I was really sick for a while. I was in bed most of the time, and I got my niece to come and live with me. She was 11 at the time.
Right.
No, she was 9. Sorry, she was 9 at the time, and her birthday was coming up, and she said to me, Auntie, for my birthday, can you please get me a dog and a rabbit? And I'm like, I'm not really in the position to look after a dog or anything, but I wasn't in the position to keep her happy and entertained or anything because it was me and her, and I was in bed most of the time because of my situation. So I did some research and I found a dog and I came up with the money and I bought her a puppy for her birthday.
What type of puppy was it?
It was a Shih Tzu poodle.
Okay.
We call him Mighty. He's here. He's our first boy.
Yeah.
We call him Mighty. We bought him in Spanish Town at the time, and I couldn't deal with a dog and a rabbit, so actually I bought her a piano instead. I bought her a dog and a piano. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be your responsibility. You're going to have to look after this dog. You're going to have to feed it and everything. I still helped. Like, I bought the food. I paid for the vet visits and everything, and I bagged out the food to make sure that she would be responsible. But it turns out
compared to like your situation at the time.
At the time, it was a lot because I had some horrible comments like, how is she able to afford a dog like this and she can't even afford her own medical bills and stuff like that. But at the time, it was really important for me to get her something because I couldn't be. I don't know. I think I felt like I was depriving her of her childhood or something because it was mostly just me and her in that apartment.
Okay.
And I mean, she had TV or she could watch the internet sometime, but that just wasn't enough. And it was to see the light in her eyes when she had that puppy, and ended up becoming my responsibility because you know kids
Usual, yeah.
they grow it out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, for the first few weeks it was heaven and I didn't have to do much. But then she got tired of the dog and she wasn't really much interested. So now I had a dog. I had to learn how to look after this dog. I had to start, so I did research. I learned how to feed it properly. I learned how to groom him.
Yeah.
And he just blended in and became a part of the family. Eventually, I had to take the dog when she moved out because she just wasn't caring for the dog. And by then, the dog and I had gotten very attached, and it was now my baby. It was my baby. So we spent a lot of time together. Started teaching him to do tricks. He was well trained. I guess he had all the attention he needed. And everywhere we started going, people would be like, "Hey, who groomed your dog? You look so nice. Can you tell me who it was?" I'm like, "It was me." "Oh, can you groom my dog?" I'm like, "Okay." So eventually people just kept asking and I started grooming this person's dog and that person's. I'm like, "Hey, I'm actually pretty good at this." So I started grooming other people's dogs and then they'll see him and they'll be like, "Hey, who trained your dog? He's so well behaved and so well mannered." I'm like, "Me." "Oh, can you train my dog?" And I'm like, "Okay, so this is something else I can do." And I mean, at that time, I was just running my charities. I didn't really have an income, like a job to say. So this was something I could do on the side to get some extra income. So I started grooming people's dog, and then people would be like, "Hey, can I have a female dog? Can I borrow your dog as a stud?" And then I started researching stud services. I'm like, "Hey, could make some more money from this." But somewhere along the line, just the amount of love and attention I was able to pour into him, and I wanted more dogs. So I got another dog. I ended up getting 5 dogs for myself accidentally. It's like once you start, there's no stopping. You fall in love with this one and you say no more, and you leave it at that. But then there's more. But then somewhere I got a client that had a dog that I was helping to groom and take care of, but this dog just wasn't getting the care that my dog was. And every time I saw this dog, my heart was just so heavy, and it was hard to return the dog. Like I'm returning it into this situation where things aren't really better, and my dog is here and my dog is getting all this attention and all this care, and it just started weighing on me, and I started looking into ways I could do more for other dogs or for other owners who had dogs but didn't really know how to take care of them. And so that ended up branching off into something where I'm now helping other people take care of their dog, and they're referring me to somebody else who has a dog that doesn't really know how to take care of him because they're getting results. Rescue service. Yeah, so I ended up with my first rescue, and it was my first rescue. I'm saying this because I actually was rescuing dogs as a child. So this is my first rescue as an adult. But growing up, I used to rescue dogs, and you know Jamaican terms. When I walked through that door with a dog, and my mother said, "Come out of the yard."
Same girl, same. I had the same
and
issue.
the beating ready to come and the cussing ready to come, but I'm hiding that little puppy and I'm nursing that puppy to health.
I used to cry.
Oh my gosh, I used to pick up the dogs off the street, and by the time I reached the gate, my mother would say, "Not another one, no, don't come in here with it." So I've been actually, I've had this in me since I was a child. I just didn't really pursue it or see it as an avenue where I could actually do this as a job or a hobby or anything. I don't even know what to call it yet. But I did rescue a few dogs back when I was younger, and because I wasn't able to keep them all when they were in good health, I would find a home for them. Somebody else that would take them on and take care of them. And that was hard for me even as a child, saying goodbye to a dog that I've just spent weeks nurturing and bringing up. But I did it several times, and every time it was easier. It got easier and easier. And then all the way into my teenage years, I was rescuing dogs, bringing them up to health and returning them. But as an adult, officially, we started doing this 4 years ago. Or actually, it would have been about 6 years. No.
Okay, so it's an organization then?
Well, my charity is Practical Empowerment Ministry. And initially, I said I was going to breed toy dogs and sell them as a way to bring an income into my charity. Because I found so many persons that were interested in spending money to get somebody to take care of their dogs and groom them and teach them and train them and stuff. But not many persons would think twice or look twice at the dogs on the streets or the dogs that are being abused and neglected. So I saw this as an avenue just to bring an income. It's like it was like Robin Hood, you know, rob from the rich to the poor, because they're willing to spend money on a pedigree dog. But I don't have a lot of persons that are willing to do the same with the little mongrels or the stray dogs on the street. So
that reminds me. So that kind of branches into the challenges you face. So let's talk about the challenges you experience within this charity organization.
There are a lot of challenges. I mean, our biggest one is funding, getting funding for what we do here. For now, unless I have like somebody that can donate or say, hey, have some food, or here's some money for this month or some money for that month. Apart from that, I am constantly working around the clock to make sure that I am bringing in an income I can feed all the dogs, because every dog here has their own dietary needs. Some of them have to be on special foods. Some, you have puppies that have to be fed differently, and chickens to feed, cats to feed. So our biggest challenge here is finances, just getting enough money in for the month. And we're currently using 250 to 500 pounds of dog food every month.
So how much that equates to, like, money wise? How much you spend each month?
Between $80,000 to $100,000 is on dog food alone. And I'm just saying dog food because the cats, we don't buy food for them as often because they're not so many. And the chickens, we don't buy food for them as often. So next to them would be the pigs. The pigs do eat a lot. But the dogs take up the majority of our funding. So I am working every single day of the week, as many hours as possible, grooming, boarding, doing training. Whatever gig I get, I take it. Sometimes I'm super exhausted, and that's another challenge for me. Just having the longevity to go throughout working and giving them all the care that they need, because we don't have volunteers that are coming in to help lift the weight of the daily task. We have dogs that need to be walked, dogs that need to be bathed, groomed, and just the mere fact that they need love and attention on a regular basis.
Yeah, and it's just you alone
and
currently?
It's 90% me. I have someone here that helps, but he also has his own business that he has to run and cannot neglect.
Right.
And then I can't pay somebody to be here full time to help with the task and stuff. So yeah, it's 90% me running this every day. I run myself into the ground, sometimes kick and scream and eat some ice cream, and then I get back out there because they need me.
Yeah. Is there any way people could donate online or
yes,
have anything in place?
Definitely. We have an account. We have several accounts actually that you can link to here. We have our website also that shows what we do, and there should be an option there to donate as well. We have our Instagram page, and we would love for volunteers to come in as often as possible.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Hope
just
you guys
to
hear that.
hug a dog and rub a dog and play with a dog, because if we keep them happy, they're a lot healthier.
Yeah, that is true.
Believe it or not, because when they are stressed, they're losing weight and they look like they're not being fed, and that is very hard for me, knowing that I do spend a lot of money to keep them fed, and then they look like they don't belong to anybody, and people come here and be like, oh my gosh, they're so skinny. It's very painful.
Yeah, I've actually heard that comment.
Yes.
But yeah, alright.
And they eat every day except once a week. We do practice fasting once a week, but that's a health benefit for them. So we feed them 6 days a week.
What's the purpose of that? Like how it would benefit
It helps
them?
their body to get rid of all the toxins that are built up throughout the week.
Okay.
So they get a
Never
day of
heard.
fasting where they're just getting fresh water, and that day I normally am able to spend more time with them. So they get to play more and stuff because I don't have to be feeding everybody.
Okay, that's interesting.
But
So just
yeah.
like how we fast.
Alright, guys, so this is the end of part one. Part two will be uploaded shortly after. And this is also a part of a series called Hearts in Action. So stay tuned for more.